FNAF World is a game where you will die a lot. The game was built around the player getting game overs and having characters die in battle with moves like unscrew and escape key existing on enemies. But what if when a character died, they were no longer usable on the team? That is exactly what we're going to be doing today. Can I beat a FNAF World Nuzlocke? The game starts as normal with our 8 stars, and we quickly have some close calls already. I didn't have a strategy coming into the challenge, so I killed enemies and went fishing illegally before buying out a little bit stock full of beasts and beating the out of Auto Chipper and obtaining our first chips. No, not those chips, those chips. I entered the Mines in World 2 for the 2 rare chips. The problem is that the chips are guarded by the most evil boss there is, a giant eyeball. The fight appeared to be going great. No major damage was dealt to my team, but then I realized something. Eyesore has a screw and escape key. I started getting nervous knowing any second somebody on the team could die, but then it happened. We suffered our first loss of Toy Bonnie, but in exchange we got endless speed. So yeah, we're already down a teammate and we haven't even fought Bouncer yet. Surely it can't get any worse, right? Well, you're probably expecting me to say we lost someone else, but nope. We actually found JJ and beat her without any casualties. In fact, she had unscrew, so bullet dodged. For now. After safely grinding XP for like 10 minutes, I felt like we were ready to fight Bouncer. Little did I know, this would be the most devastating fight yet. The fight was going great at first. We removed 1/4 of his health and nobody was seriously injured. Then we got him down to just below half health, and that's when Bouncer stopped playing nice. He shot out his snowballs at Team B, nearly killing them. Unfortunately, Toy Freddy got the worst of it. Shortly after the snowballs were fired, he was killed. Bouncer's rampage wasn't over though, as Mangle wasn't healed enough after being hit with the snowballs, and she died too. This fight started going terribly wrong. But when it felt like we had taken enough losses, Bouncer didn't stop. He shot out another batch of snowballs, killing JJ and putting Toy Chica to near death. This didn't stop Bouncer though. He then killed off Toy Chica and immediately shot at Team A, nearly killing Freddy and Foxy. Foxy managed to pull off a jump scare, stunning Bouncer, giving us enough time to put him at just 1 hit away. But Bouncer recovered too quickly from his jump scare and he killed Freddy before he died. This battle was devastating. Bouncer left only Bonnie, Chica, and the barely alive Foxy in a near hopeless situation. Team B was completely wiped out, and Freddy, the leader of Team A, was killed as well. Things felt hopeless as we entered World 4, finding the Run Luck chip, and I did the riskiest thing in this run. I entered the Glitch World attempting to get the Auto Shield chip. However, we encountered a battle. Was this it? Was this how the rest of Team A would be wiped out, ending the journey? Well, no, thanks to one chip, Run Luck. I had actually equipped the chip in case we got into a fight and managed to keep us alive to grab the chip and escape with the trio intact. After putting on the chip, we encountered Watermelon Chica. Foxy and Bonnie were nearly killed by Unscrew, however I switched teams and used the dead Team B's bodies as meat shields. However, it came to Freddy's turn, but since he's dead, I had to rely on the bites to finish the fight with everyone still alive. Watermelon Chica filled in Freddy's position, giving us a fully running Team A again. I entered the World 4 mines, anxiously remembering the last time I went after the rare chips, but I still needed the endless speed and strength. Along the way, I managed to recruit Watermelon, Foxy, and BB to fill out half of Team B. Things began to look up as I got endless speed for free and I was on my way to get endless strength. However, to get endless strength, we had to beat Eyesore again, and last time Toy Bonnie died because of it. Luckily, we got away scot-free. But then Eyesore's right-hand man attacked, withered Foxy, and we kicked his. Team B was nearly completed again after Bouncer's rampage. We unlocked World 5, the retirement home, and found Watermelon Mangle. Team B was finally completed again. After so long of Team B being a wasteland of dead teammates, it was now a functioning team ready for some action. Before entering the mines, I picked up Block Jump Scare and ended up in Pinwheel Circus, also known as a giant middle finger of a world because the enemies get much harder. No, wait, that sounds wrong. They get more intense? That's also bad. They get more tough. Okay, I'm just gonna stop talking. Before I fought Brow Boy, I wanted something first. The Mimic Ball chip. I headed back to the graveyard before humping some random dude's gravestone until I re-entered the Glitch World, and didn't get completely decimated as I picked up the Mimic Ball in celebration. Also, I almost forgot to mention this, a while back I got Withered Chica, but it was just boring and no one died, so I won't spare you any of the details. While I was still in the graveyard, I went back for the Find Characters chip by slaughtering Matt Endo. and I finally headed back to the little circus to fight Brown Boy. Early on in the fight, it became clear to me the mistake I made. I was not prepared enough for the fight, and Watermelon Foxy was quickly killed off, with Withered Foxy dying right after him. This fight was going terribly wrong, and I began to panic as the balloons attack came up on a weak Watermelon Chica and Mangle. I had no choice left but to sacrifice them, because Team A couldn't afford to die. Luckily, Team B dealt enough damage for Team A to finish the job alive. The feeling of dread was back again. This wasn't the first time the entirety of Team B was wiped out, and it most certainly won't be the last. With Team A still alive, we moved on to the fun house after running into 2 white rabbits that we ran from. Challengers approaching? The Find Characters chip was left on by accident the entire Brown Boy fight, but someone who I never expected to appear did. Nightmare Fredbear. It would be a tough fight, but I knew it had to be done in order to preserve the rest of the characters. With Bonnie's Happy Jam, we managed to survive the fight with everybody still alive, and Fredbear quickly became the leader of Team A with sheer power. After going through the fun house, I found Bubba in the worst hide-and-seek spot I've ever seen, but before I fought him, I knew it was a better choice to grind XP in characters. I managed to find Shoutout Freddy, who unfortunately killed Watermelon Mangle before he died. I found Nightmare Foxy with Unscrew 2, and somehow I completely dodged it. While character grinding, we had a tragedy. We ran into these 2 Tangles who I tried to run away from, but it kept failing. The Tangle used Escape Key, and I knew it meant someone or multiple people would die. But who did die was one of the OG surviving trio members, Foxy. He was accidentally caught up in the Escape Key because we needed Team A alive. As sad as it is to see Foxy go, after his death, we managed to find one of the best characters in the game, Funtime Foxy. Luckily, Funtime Foxy doesn't really do much in fights, so we beat him easily and he was quickly put on Team A, only for me to realize gift boxes are banned, so I just used Healing and Cosmic Song. Just before I fought Bubba, I found Withered Freddy and Endo 1, 2 characters I personally like and think will help a lot. I finally decided to tackle on Bubba, thinking I was prepared. This was a huge mistake. After realizing how much damage he was doing and how early on in the fight we were, I got very nervous and knew I couldn't afford to lose Team A at all costs, so I knew I'd have to sacrifice Team B for like the 3rd time. But still trying to save as many of them as possible, I kept changing between Team A and Team B to avoid losing too many people. We were doing surprisingly well with Bubba down to half health and everyone was still alive. This was soon to change. Bubba was on his last quarter of HP, but the Paper Pal's own Mimic Ball stalled my switching, which got him killed. Shortly after we were on Team A, I tested my luck with an injured Watermelon Freddy, and he died because of it. Things were looking bad, but before the fight was over, Shadow Freddy also died, meaning we lost 3 team members to Bubba, one of them being a valuable asset. Okay, so this part's gonna have to be a trust me bro, because I somehow wasn't recording even though I pressed the hotkey. You suck, OBS. But off camera, literally everybody died to Super Goon, meaning the run is now officially over. But there is somebody who isn't dead. It's Nightmare Freddy. Off camera, I managed to get Nightmare Freddy and intentionally left him off Team A and B as one extra character. He was still alive after Super Goon killed everyone. I tried grinding characters with Nightmare Freddy, but I couldn't find anything, and I've given up the Nuzlocke for now. If you want me to try and continue the Nuzlocke with just Nightmare Freddy, please do let me know. Before the video is over, I wanted to thank you guys for the massive wave of support. It's honestly incredible how many of you subscribed and watched the last video, and hopefully I will upload again soon. Bye everyone.